If you don't scale and hire people, you're also selfish. You're trying to manage money rather than saying, hey, I have a great message.
A option for me is always, here, I'm gonna give you more than you're asking for your property. That always gets their attention. So do the follow-up and negotiations. I just closed a 531 unit deal in Maryland, in Howard County, third richest county in the United States. 531 units, a block and a half from Whole Foods. There was 15 guys looking at it. I got it. The sheet hit my desk. As soon as I saw it, I mean, this happens to me. As soon as I see it, I know my whole body just like, buy this deal. So when do you go all in? You go all in when you write a check. Anybody that thinks they're gonna go all in their head, you're a freaking kid. This thing is not all mental. You know, I hear this all the time on Instagram. Dude, is 99% mental. Yeah, we'll write a check for 10 million and find out how mental it is. You know, because if you haven't, you've gone from mental to physical. Physical is, I'm writing a check, I have an obligation, I got a responsibility. Buying a $140 million real estate complex, that is not mental.
I was not setting the correct targets because they weren't life changers. So if you're making $60,000 a year and you're like, I need to make another $6,000 a year, dude, that target, you will give up on that target. It does not change your life, right? And there's so many different levels. A guy going from making $500 a year to making $10,000 a year, big shift.
When success is something that is on your mind, you have to make sure that you are 100% fully committed to being successful. This is something you cannot do halfway. And if you do, it's going to be excruciatingly painful. It's going to take forever. You're not going to enjoy it, and you're not going to want to be successful after trying to become successful with something that you want to do halfway. So you have to make sure that you always fully commit. Because if you don't fully commit, it's just going to be an absolute waste of time. You're not going to get any benefit. And if somebody's relying on you, they're going to get zero benefit as well. So you have to make sure that whatever it is that you are doing is to the utmost on your to-do list. You have to make sure that you are doing it, that you are going all in and making sure that you fully committed to whatever it is that you said you're going to go out there and do. Because nobody likes it when you just do something halfway and half-baked, because that shows that your priorities are not straight and you genuinely don't care about it. So make sure that the things you care about are your number one priority at all times. You also need to be aware that so many people claim they want to be successful, but they never do anything about it. They just say they want to be successful and never go out and pursue their dreams. So you have to make sure that you're going to do what you say. If you want to go out there and be successful, find a way to make it happen. Make sure that you truly do want to become successful and go out there and do it. Don't be the person that says they want to do something and doesn't do anything about it. Walk the walk and talk the talk.
And so I'm in my office, I wrote Sell or Be Sold. I'm like, okay, now I gotta get the book out. Okay, if you got the first copy of Sell or Be Sold, don't get rid of that book. I wrote it in 3 hours. Dude, you need to get an idea and get a product. You don't need to get a perfect product. You need to get an idea and get a product to the marketplace and start pushing it and get revenue. And I can fix stuff later. Things can be cleaned up later. Every great business gets cleaned up later. It does not get cleaned up in the beginning.
You need to get your income to a place. This is a fascinating concept right here, okay? If you can do this, I guarantee you'll be rich. You need to get your income not to what pays your bills, but to where you can save 40% of your gross income is saved. If you make $10,000 a month and you want to save $40,000 of it, you would pay yourself first. The government doesn't let you do that. They don't trust you. So look, if you'll pay the freaking IRS $4,000 of 10, you need to figure out how to pay yourself $4,000. Once you do 100, you'll never go back to 32. It's like, once you do scale, it'd be like Amazon saying, or Blackstone saying, they're gonna buy my business. They're like, dude, we would never do that again. You know, that we're gonna buy 50 billion at a time. We're not gonna bother with a little company. And this was the point of that. Like, now a lot of people just check out, as you know, Vlad, on this. They just get pissed off and say, well, I can't do that because I don't have the money. Okay, I didn't have the money either. I started with one deal. Bought a deal, put $3,000 down. I bought a deal with a budget. It was like I was going to Whole Foods to buy groceries. How much can we afford? I got $200 on me, so I'm gonna buy $200 worth of. You can't do that with an investment, and I did that. And then that $3,000 was making me $200 a month. I thought I was gonna be great. I thought everything was gonna be beautiful. There's no reason for me to tell this story except to share with people, one deal does not work. Because the moment they moved out, I was negative, I got scared, I dumped the property. I shouldn't have dumped it, but I had to because I didn't have the cash flow and didn't have the courage and didn't have the knowledge that the market would turn around and that I would get it rented. I got terrified. That deal today is probably worth 450 grand, and I put $3,000 down. It's gone up 5 times. But if you can't keep it, that's the problem with the stock market for me. You know, I couldn't keep Apple stock through the ups and downs. I never get to 258.
Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, please go ahead and like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let us know what you thought down in the comment section below.